In less than 10 minutes, I'm going to show you how to get pre-approved so that you can go into the process without stress or confusion and have a great home buying experience. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by all the paperwork and things that you don't understand, you are not alone. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is the huge difference between pre-qualification and pre-approval. Pre-qualification is super simple. You talk to a lender on the phone, or you might put your application on a portal, and then your credit is pulled, and you might get a letter that says, hey, I'm pre-qualified, or you might get some feedback. A pre-qualification means that you've got credit and you've input your information somewhere. It is not a full comprehensive review of your background. Now, if you're wanting to just get a gut check and maybe you're a year out, a pre-qualification could be fine and sufficient. But if you're within a 3 to 4 month window of potentially buying something, a pre-approval is really what you're looking for. This means that you give a lender your documentation, like income documentation. We pull your credit, we look at your assets. This is a full comprehensive review, and it'll allow us to give you a letter saying exactly that. That letter is going to allow a seller, if you make an offer on a home, that they know that you've been fully reviewed and that they can feel confidence in accepting your offer. So that's step number one, is understanding, do I need just a pre-qualification gut check that doesn't really mean anything? Because once we see your documentation, sometimes things can really change. How we calculate income, for example, which determines what your maximum amount is. So be prepared to understand that terminology so you know which part of the process is best for you. And I want to hear your questions about this. Any doubts, any concerns that you have, just comment below and I'll get you the answer right away. So pre-approval, there are 3 basic steps. Number 1 is expect to gather your financial documents. I cannot stress enough how crucial this is if you want accurate and real information. Many times clients will input information or tell us that their income is X, Y, and Z, and they don't know that behind the scenes we have different rules around how much overtime we can count, how much bonus, how long you've had to be on the job. So it's a better, more thorough idea to go ahead and give us your documentation so we can lead you exactly to the right place. So documentation, trust me, I know that it's painful, y'all. I myself, when I've had to do my mortgages in the past, I'm like, oh my gosh, now I know what my clients have to go through. I hear you. We've got jobs, we've got kids, we're like exhausted at night. So prepare yourself and just remember this term, 222. We basically need 2 of everything. 2 years W-2s or 2 years tax returns if you're self-employed, 2 months bank statements, or that could be bank statements, savings, investment accounts, stocks, 401k, all of the above. And we also need 2 pay stubs. So that goes with your income. 2 pay stubs usually covers 1 month. If you're paid weekly, we'll need 4 pay stubs. So just remember 222, and that'll get you in the right direction of W-2s, pay stubs, bank, and other savings statements. And then, of course, we need your photo ID. If you are not a U.S. citizen, we will need a copy of your resident card or a copy of your work visa, for example. So be prepared to have those items handy. The next step, after you gather those documents, those boilerplate documents, is you want to talk to a lender. So I would get referrals from friends, coworkers, people in your local area that have done this before and might have a trusted resource. That is always the best place to start, because when people know you, like for example, I've been only referral for 29 years. And when people call me and they've been referred by someone that trusts me, I feel this huge sense of obligation to make sure that I'm always doing the right thing, showing people I care, and doing my very best. I'm not saying that people that you don't know or are not referred to are acting in any kind of other malicious way, but it's kind of easier for them to not really worry about dropping the ball or being super accurate, I think, because they don't know you. They don't know someone that knew you that trusted you. So getting a trusted referral, I think in my book, is always a good idea. And definitely check around. You're going to be checking around with other sources, probably your bank maybe, or however you're going to do that. But I just want to stress, getting trusted referrals in your local market area is always a great idea. Now, you want to also know the benefits of shopping with a local lender. I'm going to put a video up top. I've got another video called Why Use a Local Lender, and the benefits of at least getting some advice in the beginning from a local lender. So make sure after you watch this to watch that video. Okay, so the third step, after you've gathered what you think are going to be the documents you need, and you've narrowed down some lenders, a few lenders that you're going to apply with. It can be one lender if you get a referral to someone you super trust that someone else trusted, or it could be multiple lenders. You want to be prepared that you need to make application. So making application, there's a couple real things that you need to know. Number one, any lenders that check your credit within a 30-day period just counts as one inquiry, y'all. So your credit is not going to nosedive. This is the biggest myth that is out there that I want to bust immediately. I'll also put a link in the description for a video that I've got called The Truth About Credit Inquiries. So make sure that after you finish this video, you watch that one as well. So when you apply, you also want to talk to the lender should I do a soft pull on the credit or should I do a hard inquiry on the credit? Now, there's a lot of language about that. Everybody is very concerned about their credit score, and I don't blame you, and you definitely should be. But again, a hard inquiry does not necessarily nosedive your credit. Now, a soft inquiry means we go in there and just take a quick peek, and it's just like a little mosquito bite. It doesn't even affect your credit at all. Mosquito bite means you might not even feel it, okay? And so it's not registered anywhere that your credit is being checked. So no effect will happen on your points. Now, sometimes when people are 6+ months out, that's usually definitely the way to go. If we know that you're within 2 months and you're in a super hot hurry to buy a house, we might as well do a hard inquiry. So make sure and talk about the pros and the cons with the lenders that you talk to. Not all lenders offer a soft pull, so you just want to make sure to clarify those items before you authorize them to pull your credit, okay? So just want to give you some talking language about that. In fact, let's pause here, and this is a really big question. So if you have questions about what I just said, comment below. I check these daily, so I'll be sure to answer them for you right away. Okay, so when you apply, every lender is a little bit different on timeline. I know personally, once I get your documents, my hair's on fire. I'm like, okay, I gotta hurry up and look at this. So I'm a day. Unfortunately, I hear from other people that we get calls from later on saying, hey, it's been a week and I haven't heard from anybody. That should never be happening. So if one day, let's even stop there. If one day goes by and no one is reaching out to you, one business day, okay, weekends, I wouldn't expect that, but one business day goes by and you haven't heard a peep from anybody, it might be a suspicious thing that they're too busy and you might want to look somewhere else. So you really want to make sure that they're responding to you quickly. Like, they have all your personal info, y'all. Like, they need to be reaching out to you. So make sure you trust your instinct on that one. In fact, I have another video. I have a lot of videos, but I'll put it down below. It's how to choose a lender. And that's really going to help y'all as well on knowing, how do I choose a lender? How do I know what's what? Do I just do what everybody's telling me to do? No, you need to trust your instinct at some point. So make sure to check that out as you're deciding who you're going to put your business with. Okay, so timeline, generally within 1 to 2 days, you should be getting a letter from a lender. Expect that they're going to want to call you. I like to do Zoom with people to see people face to face. I've got all your personal information. We need to meet each other. If they give you a letter and they haven't called you and talked to you about everything, that's a red flag. Okay, so again, hop over to my video after this of how to choose a lender, and you're going to get some good tips in there. So these are 3 questions that I get a lot. Jen, what if I don't qualify? Not to worry. We give a lot of homework. It's always a good idea 6 to 12 months prior to you thinking that you might want to move to go ahead and let a lender check your credit, give you credit homework on how to increase your score. It's okay if you don't qualify right now. I talk to people every week where we're giving them homework and we're putting them on a future date to follow up saying, hey, this is what you need to make for the house that you want to buy. So they either work more overtime or maybe get another job or maybe get a second job, or this is what you need to do with your credit. So not to worry, or this is how much you need to save. Another question I get a lot is, Jen, should I wait to apply until my credit is perfect and I have all the money that I need in the bank? The answer is no. Again, we give people homework all the time. I know my personal philosophy is to get you homework, get you on a plan, and we might be talking 9 to 12 months down the road. That's okay. Lenders want to develop a relationship with you and help you along in the process. So not to worry. And lastly, some people say, hey, should I just wait to get pre-approved until I find the house of my dreams? No, this is a really big no. It takes several days, y'all, to get a lender to get to know you. Like, they need your paperwork. They need to know the ins and outs. And if you find the house that you love, depending on the market and the speed and velocity of how houses are turning in the market, that house could be gone. So it takes a couple of days to get things together. Well, that house was gone earlier. Like, there was an open house over the weekend and it was gone on Monday. So pre-approval does not cost any money. It only costs time. I'm hoping that you got some information to be prepared, got some new vocabulary. I release videos every single week. Please stick around, subscribe. I can't wait to hear your comments, and I'll talk to you soon.